Clear skies, warm temperatures, they provide the perfect backdrop for the most anticipated softball game of the Northern Indiana season. We're in Class 4A in the NIC, and number 8 St. Joe has come a-calling on the 6th-ranked Penn Lady Kingsmen for this edition of the 46th Game of the Week. How you doing, everybody? Alongside the Hall of Famer Bo Hunt with Angelo DiCarlo down on the field. It's Chuck Freeby. So great to have you with us for what is something that people have been waiting for in the softball community all year long. One of the reasons they've been waiting is they want to see the Oklahoma-bound pitcher Berkeley Zakay. That will not happen at the start of tonight's game. She will not start for Earl Keith St. Joe Huskies. But the Huskies are still 17-3, and Zakay hasn't thrown every game this year. So Earl's got a pretty good team that needs to swing the bats tonight.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to swing the bats tonight in order to win this game, but they have other people that they can rely on rather than just Zakay all the time. And in order to make that state run, Coach Keith knows that he has to rely on other people besides Berkeley, and this is a great opportunity, a great team to have that happen.
Because this is a team that made a state run. The Penn Lady Kingsmen are the defending state champions in Class 4A, having gone through St. Joe last year. This year, they're 16-6, but still on top of the Northern Indiana Conference, and they do it in a variety of ways.
They do it with pitching, they do it with hitting, they do it with defense. Any way they can do it, they do it. And they have people that they can fill in. And if somebody gets hurt or if somebody's not having a good game, they can have other people fill in. It's just what Coach Zachary has done with this program and has built it up. And the people that she has, the kids that she has come through the program, develops them at that JV level and get them ready for that varsity experience.
Angelo DiCarlo joins us from down on the field because that is one place where there are not a ton of people. You can't say that about the rest of this complex tonight.
No, people have been packing it in since the JV game started earlier in the day. The most anticipated game, you said, of the season in Northern Indiana. Chuck, it might honestly be the most anticipated regular season game in the history of Michiana because of the talent that's on the field here tonight. 7 Division I players between the two teams. The only thing taking away from it is the fact that both teams are in Class 4A this year and the fact that they are likely to meet in the postseason later on this year. So, you know, maybe there is some of that gamemanship in terms of Berkeley Zakay not pitching here tonight. But outside of that, they're all playing, and it should be an outstanding contest, and we're very much looking forward to it.
We may not be doing the postseason matchup, but it sure feels like one here at the May Oberfell-Lorber Field tonight. We'll get you ready for it with our keys to win, and you'll hear from the coaches as to why they've made the decisions they have over who's in the circle. It's all coming up next on the 46th Game of the Week.
This is the WHME TV 46 High School Spring Game of the Week. Brought to you by Phil's Heating, Tire Rack, Reliance, Health Markets Tony Letcher, Crown Trophy, HealthLink, Imagineering Finishing Technologies, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Purdue Northwest College of Nursing, Basney Honda, and Ben's Soft Pretzels. Also brought to you by
This edition of the TV 46 High School Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Tire Rack. TireRack.com is the way tire buying should be. Just a perfect spring evening in Michiana as we welcome you into May Oberfell-Lorber Field on the campus of Penn High School. Getting you ready for number 8 St. Joe and number 6 Penn. Time now to look at our key players and keys to win in tonight's contest. We'll start with the visitors from St. Joe, who are led by the Zakay sisters. Now, Berkeley normally in the circle, as we mentioned, but she'll play first base tonight. But she can still swing a pretty good bat, batting .429 with 2 homers and 15 driven in. And, of course, she's committed to play at the University of Oklahoma, as is her sister, Riley Zakay. The team's leading hitter, batting .478, one of the top sluggers in the state with 8 homers and 30 runs batted in. And she has been a force at the plate for the Huskies the last few years. In fact, all state the last couple of years. The keys to win for the veteran Earl Keith and St. Joseph.
The keys to win tonight for the Huskies, they need to pitch well, whether it's Bosodi starting out or Zakay if she comes in. They need to make sure they throw strikes and hit the corners. Play good defense. They cannot afford any errors and any unearned runs, and manufacture multiple runs on offense, whether that's bunting them over, hitting run, any way they can. Here's Coach Earl Keith in his 19th season on the pitching situation.
Well, Berkeley's thrown a lot, but we're in a kind of a weird situation here where we have a conference loss already, and I want to do something different from last year. I threw Berkeley both times, and Berkeley stuck it to him pretty good the first time, and then the second time they got her. And I want to think, if nothing else, maybe I can get a little bit smarter and just change things up and see if if they get her just one time, that's the time I want them to have her is in the regional. If we get that far, still a lot of work to do to get that far, but that's my thinking.
Meanwhile, when St. Joe looks across at the Penn dugout, they'll see a lot of sluggers in there, a team batting almost 400 as a squad. And Ava Zachary is the top of the bunch, batting .493 with a homer and 33 driven in. Zachary, committed to play at the University of Notre Dame, brings a 9-game hit streak into the action, and she's joined in the lineup by Abby Widmar, the senior first baseman who's committed to play at Indiana State, batting .452, 2 homers, and she leads the Northern Indiana Conference with 35 driven in. The keys to win for state championship coach Beth Zachary and the Lady Kingsmen.
Well, the keys to win for the Lady Kingsmen, first off, do the little things right. That's making sure you don't give out 2-out walks and lead-off walks, things of that nature, and getting the bunts down. Don't give extra opportunities. Don't give extra bases for the Huskies. And be team-oriented and play. Know where you're supposed to be. Do the backups like you're supposed to as well. Here's Coach Zachary on her pitching circle as well.
So it kind of depends on, how they're feeling. I really try to control pitch counts. I try not to, run any one single pitcher into the ground, especially during regular season. I really want them to be fresh for postseason. If we learned nothing from last year's state run, it was, our claim to fame was our pitchers were fresh and they were feeling great and confident. And during the season, we learned how to work together. We learned who was a better starter, who was coming in off the bench hot, and really play into those strengths. And that's why we play the schedule we do. We get to learn about our players and we get to understand, where their strengths are and play on those then when it really matters the most.
The stage is set for a top 10 showdown to decide first place in the Northern Indiana Conference. As Phil Collins said, you can feel it coming in the air tonight, so hold on. You do your own drum solo for that one at home. The opening pitch and starting lineups are next at 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Basley Honda, proud to be your go-to resource for all things automotive. Talk time almost over. Ready to go from May Oberfell Lorber Field for St. Joe and Penn. The St. Joe batting order, here's Bo Hunt.
Here's the lineup for the St. Joe Huskies. Leading off, the sophomore second baseman, Kylie Weinberg. Batting second to third baseman, Kennedy Schrock. Batting third, the catcher, Riley Zakay. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Berkeley Zakay. The pitcher, batting fifth, Olivia Borsotti. The designated player, batting sixth, Peyton Wolf. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Bella Esquivel. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Camille Porter. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Mary Stack.
Meanwhile, in the circle, that is Aubrey Zachary for Penn. She is committed to play at IPFW, 7-2 on the season with a 2.93 ERA. In 45 of the third innings, she's allowed 28 hits, 81 strikeouts to 38 walks. And she lost to St. Joe in the regular season in 2023, so she's looking to bounce back here tonight. The weather tonight, picture perfect here in Michiana. 68 degrees, a little gentle zephyr out of the east blowing out over the right field fence at 12, and not a chance of rain tonight.
This first inning is brought to you by St. Joe High School with faith, character, and excellence. St. Joe High School transforms students in heart and mind, preparing them for college and career success. Thanks to school choice expansion, tuition is more affordable than ever. Learn more about joining the St. Joe family by visiting stjoehigh.com.
There you see Kylie Weinberg leading off, 276, no homers, and 11 runs batted in for the St. Joe second baseman, batting from the left side, the 0-1. Fastball misses outside. The count evens at 1-1. Weinberg had an 8-game hit streak snapped on Saturday when she went 0 for 8 in a doubleheader that the Huskies split with Logansport. The 1-1 from Aubrey Zachary. Swing and a miss on a change. It's 1-2. Well, you say that name Weinberg around St. Joe. Her grandpa went there, was a South Bend firefighter for 35 years. They have a long legacy there, but she also has a cousin at Marion by the name of Chase Bays, who we saw play baseball. 1-2 outside. It's 2-2.
Really trying to work different speeds, work different locations here early in the game.
Weinberg is ready, so is Zachary, the 2-2. Foul tip into the mitt. It's a strikeout, and the strikeouts for Penn brought to you by Clover Machinery Movers.
Clover Machinery Movers is proud to support the Kingsmen Athletics for over 65 years. Clover Machinery Movers has been providing professional and reliable machinery moving. When you need your project done right, on time, and on budget, contact the experts at Clover Machinery Movers.
Here's Kennedy Schrock. And Schrock fouls one to the backstop, batting .364. No homers and 15 runs batted in. She had the walk-off winning single against Riley on Wednesday, a 1-0 St. Joe win in the NIC. She brings a 4-game hit streak into the action tonight. Zachary's 0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. And Zachary keeping it elevated so far against Schrock.
She's really trying to keep that ball up. She's done her scouting report.
Outfield straight away. 0-2. Tried to get her fishing, nothing biting. 1-2. Riley Zakay waits on deck. Both the pitcher and the catcher looking into the dugout to get the sign. Inside corner, called strike 3. 2 down, and we get a chance to set the Penn defense for you, as it's Kronwitter, Hanna, and Rumble in left, center, and right for the Kingsmen. Ava Zachary, Shannon Rudge, Beaver, and Widmar, the infield third to first. Peyton Dwiggins catching for Aubrey Zachary tonight. And now here comes St. Joe's leading hitter on the year, Riley Zakay, who takes the first one in the turf for ball 1. Zakay batting .478, 8 homers and 30 runs batted in. In her career, she's batting .494.
It's not too shabby.
That'll work.
I think that's almost half the time, 500.
Yeah, good job there. 2-0. That Bremen education coming in handy.
Reminder that last strikeout was brought to you by Clover Machinery Movers.
2-0 on Zakay. You'll meet her a little bit later on, one of our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week. She hits one high in the air to center field. Izzy Hanna backs up, makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Aubrey Zachary. After half an inning, St. Joe nothing, and here come the Kingsmen on 46. And this edition of the 46 Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, putting people over profits. 1-2-3 went the Huskies in the first, and now Penn gets a chance to take its licks. Here's the Kingsmen starting lineup.
Leading off for the Kingsmen, in center field, Izzy Hanna. Playing second base, Camille Beaver. Third baseman, Ava Zachary. At first base is Abby Widmar. In right field is Logan Rumble. In left field is Ashlyn Kronwitter. Shortstop is Shannon Rudge. Catching behind the plate is Peyton Dwiggins. And the designated player is Peyton Rudge.
Meanwhile, Olivia Borsotti waiting for catcher Riley Zakay to get the gear on so she can take her warm-up pitches. But you see the story on Borsotti. 3-2 on the year. The ERA is not bad at 3.40. In 11 games, she's thrown 45 in the third innings. She has given up 52 hits. Of all the runs, 32, only 22 of them earned. What I like about her, Bo, is the strikeout to walk ratio, 27-6. She's going to be around the plate.
That's the biggest thing is when you're talking about pitching, and especially in softball, you got to be around that zone. Any walk, any hit by pitch is just that extra base that you give opponents, and that's when you talk about manufacturing runs. And she doesn't allow it. She hits that zone and doesn't allow those extra bases.
The series history over the last 10 years, Penn has had the upper hand, winning 8-2. That includes a 3-0 win in the regional last year. St. Joe won in the regular season last season by a count of 4-1. And a husband and wife duo working the plate tonight is Janice Beck and Dale Beck. has the bases.
Reminder, our first inning is brought to you by St. Joe High School with faith, character, and excellence. St. Joe High School transforms students in heart and mind, preparing them for college and career success. Thanks to school choice expansion, tuition is more affordable than ever. Learn more about joining the St. Joe family by visiting stjoehigh.com.
That's Izzy Hanna, and that's not a typo on her batting average. She's hitting .507. The junior headed to Northern Illinois. You'll meet her after the fourth inning as one of our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week. No homers, 14 driven in for the speedy Hanna. Batting from the left side, she takes a off-speed pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. Borsotti will throw a drop, a change, and a curve. And that loops in there a little high in the count 1-1.
That was almost like one of those baseball eephus pitches. That was a changeup that just hung across the plate.
A ball and a strike. Here's a fastball right back to the mound. Borsotti fields her position, one away. And speaking of fielding positions, let's set the defense for St. Joseph tonight. As you look at Potter, Stack, and Jacayla McKeel back from injury is out in right field. Schrock, Esquivel, Weinberg, and Berkeley Zakay, the infield third to first. Riley Zakay does the catching for Olivia Borsotti as Camille Beaver gets ready to step in. The second baseman batting .516 for the year. 2 homers, 14 driven in. And she takes a change up for a strike. It's 0-1.
Nothing like having your 2 leadoff batters batting .500 apiece. Start out that order.
Helps set the table, and one of the reasons that Penn has the top 2 RBI people in the NIC. Here's a high pop-up on the infield. Retreating the second baseman Weinberg makes the catch and quickly 2 away. And the one thing I've already noticed about Borsotti, Bo, is the fact that if you're Penn and you were geared up for Berkeley Zakay, all of a sudden you're seeing a pitch coming in at about half the speed.
Yeah, I mean, Borsotti likes to mix the speeds up very well, and when you do that as a batter, that kind of throws you off a little bit and get out on your front foot a little bit.
Oh, Ava Zachary took the fastball up high for ball 1. Ava batting .493, a homer and 33 knocked in. Committed to play at the University of Notre Dame, and the Irish coach Deanna Gumpf taking this one in tonight. But up the third base side, it's a beauty, and she'll beat it out for a base hit.
Wow, what a great bunt. Just laid it down perfect down that third base line. Here's the replay, sponsored by Crimmins Carpet Services. They're the father and son owned and operated in South Bend for over 35 years. Our team is dedicated to providing our customers with quality cleaning and repair. Not only do we do cleaning for St. Joe, but Joe Crimmins and his sister Samantha and Danielle are alum. Remember, it's not clean till it's Crimmins clean. Go St. Joe.
Pitch a little outside to Abby Widmar, the leader on this team in RBI with 35, batting .452. The senior committed to play at Indiana State. She'll be a future teammate of New Prairie's Ava Geyer. That pitch is in there for a strike, and the throw goes sailing into center field. It's a stolen base for Zachary.
Wow, Zachary's got some wheels on her. Laying down that perfect bunt, beating it out. I'm not even sure if they even had a chance how perfect a bunt she laid down.
Beth Zachary said she really likes the balance of her team in terms of its makeup. They don't have to just rely on power. They have speed. They have contact, as we've seen here in the first inning. Off-speed pitch spanked into center field and deep. Back goes Stack, and she can't get it. It's over her head and off the wall. An RBI double for Abby Widmar, and it's 1-0 Penn.
Abby Widmar, here you can see on the Crimmins Carpet Service replay. Great job sitting back. You see her hesitate. He had out on the front foot, saw that it was a changeup, kept her hands back, was still able to unload on that ball to center field.
That barely stayed in the yard. For Widmar, her 36th run batted into the season. It brings up the right fielder, Logan Rumble. Another .500 hitter for the Kingsmen with 5 homers and 26 knocked in, and she takes that pitch inside for ball 1. A 2-out rally for Penn has them on top here in the bottom of the first. And this one is hit down the left field line, but foul.
This game's health tip is brought to you by HealthLink. Quality health insurance is linked to a healthier life. If you or someone you know needs help navigating the world of health insurance, HealthLink can help. Navigators can assist with enrolling in Marketplace, Medicare, Medicaid health coverage at no cost to you. HealthLink offers medical, dental, vision, and more.
Rumble, only a sophomore, participated in the USA Softball National Selection event. She takes that pitch a little bit outside, and the count goes to 2-1. You see Abby Widmar, the runner at second. The 2-1 from Borsotti. Change up missed high, and it's 3-1 with Ashlyn Kronwitter waiting on deck. Rumble with 5 homers, so don't be surprised if Borsotti might try to work around her here. The 3-1. Off speed, and it's a little bit high for ball 4. The first walk given up by Borsotti puts runners at first and second for Ashlyn Kronwitter.
That pin scoring is sponsored by Kona Ice. Kona Ice is proud to support high school athletics. Kona Ice, we're mobile, we're fun, we're delicious. Dates fill up fast, so visit kona-ice.com today to reserve your party.
The left-handed hitting left fielder Kronwitter, batting .286, hits one to the second baseman Weinberg. The flip to short for the force, and the inning is over. But the Kingsmen pick up a run on 2 hits, and they strand the pair. And after one, it's 1-0 Penn on 46. And this edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Bill's Heating, keeping families and businesses comfortable since 1951. As you look in from our center field camera here at May Oberfell-Lorber Field on the campus of Penn High School, Kingsman off to a 1-0 lead, but here's a person who can tie it up with one swing of the bat, and that's Berkeley Zakay. Playing first base tonight, batting .429, couple of homers and 15 knocked in. Aubrey Zachary's first pitch. Outside for ball 1.
Second inning is sponsored by Hardware Plus. They root for the Kingmen and have been Osceola's favorite local hardware store for nearly a century. Featuring a wide selection of products and customer service experts, Hardware Plus, where service begins with the words, "How can I help you?" and a handshake.
Zakay takes that one outside, 2-0. She had the game-winning at bat in St. Joe's State Championship a couple of years ago, but mired right now in a little bit of a slump for her last 7. When you can still be batting .429 after going 0 for your last 7, that's a pretty good situation to be in. And the count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Zakay. Here's the pitch. That's way outside, and it's 3-1.
Trying to keep it away from Berkeley.
Zakay trying to get the leadoff person on here for St. Joe in the second, and she did.
Stip Law cheers for the Kingsmen. Keep up the great work. Stip Law achieves positive results for providing comprehensive, passionate representation. Stip Law, legal help for all your life's hurdles.
Now they have to face Olivia Borsotti. Here's a pitcher who can help their own cause. The junior batting .367, 2 homers, including one against Logansport on Saturday, and 19 driven in. She squares to bunt and can't get the bunt down. It's a strike, but Zakay will hop on down to second base as the ball popped out of the mitt of Peyton Dwiggins.
Yeah, it's a great job of on the bunt when she missed it, of not moving out of that box, because they could have maybe called interference if she came out of the box if they were going to try to throw down to second.
Now St. Joe with a tying run in scoring position. And that pitch missed outside. The count evens at 1-1, and it appears that Earl Keith pulled the bunt off. Maybe the bunt was merely put on to try to serve as a screen for Zakay getting over to second. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies in South Bend is globally known as the knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. Like the teams in this game, Imagineering is always working toward a great finish. Thank you, Imagineering, for your continued support of high school sports on 46.
Foul tip back to the screen. Boy, Borsotti had a good cut at a fastball there. Borsotti with a 4-game hit streak coming into this one. She had 3 knocked in St. Joe's win over their arch rival, the Marion Knights. Zachary ready for the 1-2. Missed upstairs, 2-2. Zachary stays very poised. Oh, they called it strike 3. Okay. Called strike 3 on Borsotti, 1 away.
Strikeouts by Penn, sponsored by Clover Machinery Movers. Move the strike zone just a little bit there.
Here's Peyton Wolf, the designated player. Wolf, a freshman, batting .400 with a couple of homers and 12 knocked in, and she has probably been St. Joe's hottest stick as of late as she fouls this one out of play. 11 hits in her last 20 at-bats. That includes a 3-hit game on Saturday against Logansport. Not too shabby for a freshman. The 0-1. Way outside, and it's 1-1. You see Berkeley's a K, the runner at second. Aubrey Zachary, very poised and calm in the circle. 2-time second-team All-State selection. The pitch. Foul tip into the mid of Dwiggins, and the count goes to 1-2.
Time for some new tires. Go to TireRack.com and try their easy-to-use tire decision guide to get a personalized tire recommendation. They sell only the best brands backed by the test results, consumer ratings, and customer reviews. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
The 1-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Wolf gets caught looking as well. 3 of the 4 strikeouts tonight for Aubrey Zachary have been with the batters watching it like the house by the side of the road as it goes by.
There's your Crimmins Carpet Service replay on the Clover Machinery Mover strikeout. That one, I'm not sure if it was much outside. That one caught a lot of blade on that.
Wolf knew it wasn't either as Bella Esquivel takes that pitch outside for ball 1. The freshman batting .312 with a homer and 10 knocked in. The home run came against Jimtown. St. Joe had a runner on second with nobody out. She's still there with 2 away. And Esquivel swings and misses. It's 1-1. Aubrey Zachary, her next strikeout will be the 500th of her career. Will it come on this at bat? She's 1 pitch away.
We thought it might get to the 3rd inning, but here we are in the 2nd inning with a chance to do it, striking out 5 of the first 6 batters.
In 2022, she struck out 16 in a no-hitter of Crown Point in the semi-state. Looking for number 500, and not on that one. It's 2-2. She had 10 strikeouts this year in wins over both Noblesville and Marion. The 2-2 to Esquivel. Strike 3 called, and Aubrey Zachary with 500 Ks in her career as she gets 3 in the inning, all looking. St. Joe leaves a runner on second, and let's go downstairs. Angelo DiCarlo has Earl Keith with the Bills Heating sideline report.
Coach, your early thoughts in this one?
Yeah, we got to start swinging it at better pitches and swinging at strikes. That's the bottom line. Don't put the ball in play, you don't win very often.
Obviously, strand the runner at second base with nobody out. How frustrating is that in a game where you're already down 1-0?
Yeah, that hurts. You got to put the ball in play in these big games like this because you don't get as many opportunities as you usually do.
And finally, atmosphere here tonight. Does it feel like a postseason game?
It does. It always feels like postseason. Anytime we play Penn, it's usually a good ball game. So we'll hope to hang in there and make it a good one tonight.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right, Chuck and Bo, back to you.
Reminder, our 2nd inning is sponsored by Hardware Plus. Hardware Plus roots for the Kingsmen and has been Osceola's favorite local hardware store for nearly a century, featuring a wide selection of products and customer service experts. Hardware Plus, where service begins with the words, "How can I help you?" and a handshake.
Boy, there's a wee bit of talent on this field tonight. Look at all the Division I softball players taking part in this game. 7 of them have committed, and there could be more in the lower classes. As Olivia Borsotti throws a strike to start off Shannon Rudge here in the bottom of the second. Rudge, a junior, batting .309, a homer and 9 driven in. And she takes that pitch up high to even it at 1-1. Last year, Rudge squeezed home the game-winning run against Brownsburg. This year, she started the season 0 for 9, but has bounced back well. She lays down a bump. Borsotti fields, throws to first, and the second baseman covering. That's Weinberg, makes the play.
Great job of St. Joe rotating around, knowing where they're supposed to be in certain situations. On the bunt, in that situation, the second baseman coming over, getting there in plenty of time for Borsotti to make the throw over.
Here's Peyton Dwiggins, the catcher. Dwiggins batting .226, no homers and 7 runs batted in. She has really been struggling at the plate as of late in a 1 for 21 slump. We'll see what she can do against Borsotti as she takes a change-up strike, 0-1. Borsotti has had that ephus pitch going tonight. The 0-1. Then she follows it with a fastball on the corner.
Changing speeds like that, I mean, that is just tough to come out, see that ephus pitch, and then readjust for her fastball on the outside corner.
Well, pitching is all about disrupting hitters' timing, and she's trying to do that here, but this one driven into left field, and it went over the head of Camille Potter, who rushed in to try to get it. It's going to go for a double after Potter misjudged the fly ball.
Great job of keeping the handbacks for Dwiggins, understanding the situation there, just trying to get the bat on the ball, put it in play, and a little misread by Potter.
Potter just came in too far. And so Peyton Malewski will be the pinch runner, or excuse me, Avery Welty will be the pinch runner out at second base. And here's Peyton Rudge, the designated player.
Ivy Tech credits transfer to more than 100 colleges and universities in Indiana and outside the state. They offer more than 20 degrees, qualifying for guaranteed admission at the largest four-year institutes in the state. With classes that fit your busy schedule, in person, online, and in between, enrollment is open. Visit ivytech.edu/apply.
Rudge, a junior, takes high and away for ball 1. And now a little test of the poise of Olivia Borsotti. She gave up a run in the first and a little adversity here in the second with a runner on second and 1 away. The 1-0, high and away, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the top of the order with two ladies on base here. Definitely need to go at her.
Rudge hasn't played a ton this year, but getting called on tonight, and she smacks one to the third baseman, Schrock, who throws to first for the out. The runner advances to third on the throw, but with 2 away, it brings up Izzy Hanna, the center fielder.
Lilliart Insurance Agency in Osceola believes in the importance of high school sports. They are locally owned and can assist with all your insurance needs. Visit realvalueins.com to learn more. Lilliart Insurance, real people, real service, real value.
This is the 88th game of Izzy Hanna's career. She has 129 career hits already as she takes the strike on the outside corner here. It's 0-1. I mean, when you're averaging basically a hit and a half per game, it's a pretty nice career.
Just a junior.
The 0-1 from Borsotti, another changeup, and it's a beauty, but a little high, and it's 1-1.
That's got to be a tough pitch as an umpire to call.
Especially when the hitter gives up on it like that and kind of takes away your zone. Here's a ground ball to the second baseman, fielded cleanly by Weinberg. She gets Hanna by a step, and Borsotti gets out of trouble in the second. No runs, a hit, no errors. A person left on base through 2, 1-0 Penn. And in this edition of the 46th Game of the Week, being brought to you in part by Imagineering Finishing Technologies. IFT, where quality is a way of life. You see the crowd here at May Oberfeld-Lorber Field tonight taking this battle of champions in, because these two teams have combined for 37 softball sectional titles, 22 regionals, 5 semi-states, and 3 state titles, and you see the breakdown there. So softball excellence on the field tonight in the third inning, being brought to us by the Penn Booster Club.
The Penn Boosters always cheer for the Kingsmen. Last year, the Boosters awarded over $79,000 to various academic clubs and teams. Support the Penn Boosters by following them on Facebook or go to pennboosters.org.
Camille Potter, batting .354, steps in against Aubrey Zachary, who has fanned 5 so far, and starts Potter with a strike on the inside corner. Potter very familiar with this Penn lineup. She was in the same Girl Scout troop as the center fielder Izzy Hanna and both the Rudges on the softball roster for Penn.
A lot of connections between these two teams.
A lot of Thin Mint sold between the 4 of them, I'm sure, as that one goes high and away, 1-1.
My favorite. I'm sure I eat a few boxes each day.
I was going to ask if you were a Thin Mint guy, the macaroons.
Thin Mints. Thin Mints. Give me 4 boxes. That'll satisfy me.
If you're a Girl Scout listening, head on down to the building commissioner's office in Mishawaka. 1-2 the count. Zachary has fanned the last 3 batters looking. Potter watched that one sail outside. The count goes to 2-2.
Really working that outside corner, and I love how Dwiggins is really trying to frame everything on that outside corner. Does a great job, just a sophomore back there as well.
2-2 delivery, fouled back, and she hangs in there at 2-2.
Step up your game with Heroes Nutrition in Mishawaka. Their teas and shakes are packed with protein, low in sugar, and full of fiber. It's the perfect play to keep in your game. Now open at 2934 Lincoln Way East in Mishawaka. Heroes Nutrition, power your peak performance.
That one misses down low, 3-2. Aubrey Zachary, one of many Penn student athletes who writes for the Pennant newspaper here at Penn High School. You can learn from her articles that she loves going to the beach and Mexican food. Here's a high fly ball foul and out of play on the third base side. Of course, our buddy Kurt Rollo runs that program here at Penn. And despite that fact, the students seem to do well. Payoff pitch coming to Potter. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's 6 Ks in the last 4 in a row for Aubrey Zachary.
Next up for the Huskies, number 5.
It'll bring up the center fielder, Mary Stack. Stack batting .373, no homers and 13 driven in. She has some speed. She leads this team with 6 triples and 9 stolen bases. St. Joe still looking for its first hit. The Stack takes a strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-1.
Love how Zachary's just working both sides of the plate, changing a little bit of speeds, but really just changing both sides of the plate. Just does a great job hitting the inside, working that outside.
The 0-1. That one low and away, 1-1. By the way, the last strikeout brought to you by Clover Machinery Movers, who appear to have made a wise buy tonight.
They knew the assignment.
6 of the first 8 have gone down on strikes. That one hits Stack in the back. And now St. Joe with a good base stealer on first here in Stack, and the top of the order coming up as you'll get another look here on the Crimmins Carpet Services replay.
Yeah, just threw it inside just a little bit too much. If you're looking to build a new home or renovate your current home, contact Reliance. Serving Northern Indiana and Southwest Michigan, Reliance has a reputation for excellence year after year. Visit RelianceDBR.net for more info. Reliance, design, build, renovate.
So now Kylie Weinberg trying to move Stack along on the bases, and she'll lay down a bunt. Ava Zachary fires to first and gets her person. Boy, that's a honey of a play by the Notre Dame commit at third.
Wow, just a great job of coming in. I mean, that bunt was laid down nicely, coming in, coming across. Just a quick release, good throw.
Also the presence of mind to throw it to the second base side of the bag because the runner was on the inside of the baseline. That's not always going to get called.
Not always going to get called for interference running inside that line.
Here's Kennedy Schrock, another runner in scoring position. Schrock tried to hold up her swing and couldn't, and it's 0-1. Schrock was a strikeout victim of Zachary, her first time up. And this has been a problem for St. Joe throughout the year. They have been able to get ducks on the pond. They just haven't been able to get them home to roost. Schrock takes that one off the wrist, and she's going to trot down to first. And the second hit batter of the inning for the Huskies sets the table for their best hitter in Riley Zakay.
Time for Tees wants to give you a shout out to Penn High School and Penn softball.
Here, let me help you out. Time for Tees wants to give a shout out to the Penn softball team and all of Kingsman Nation. Have a great night tonight and the rest of the season. Time for Tees can handle your team's screen printing needs. Visit timefortees.com. That happens now and then, my man.
It sure does.
You get recovered here while Zakay is at the plate and takes ball one outside. Zakay tied for the area lead with 8 home runs, 30 runs batted in this season, and batting .478. High and away with that one. It's 2-0, and Berkeley Zakay waits on deck. If you're going to get in trouble, this is not the part of the lineup to do it in for Aubrey Zachary.
I really like how she's staying away, though, with Zakay here.
Then she comes back in, but misses low, and it's 3-0.
She likes to work a couple pitches away and then one back inside. Couple pitches away and then come right back inside.
Do you green light her here on 3-0?
Oh, you got to. I mean,
this is your
Riley's hitting almost 500. Yes.
Committed to play at Oklahoma. The pitch down the middle for a strike, and it's 3-1. Riley Zakay, just a terrific overall player, 2-time All-State, tremendous leader. 3-1 pitch. Hit on the ground between third and short, a base hit. Stack gets the go-ahead. She will come to the plate. The throw is cut off. We're tied at 1.
Wow, great job by Riley Zakay putting that ball in play. Good read by Coach Keith at third, sending her. I think there was no way that he was not going to send her and hold her up. Here you can see the Crimmins Carpet replay. Great job of getting through the hole. Good play, good RBI, and St. Joe's scoring, sponsored by Travelin' Tom's Coffee Truck. Supports high school athletics, whether you want hot coffee, iced or frozen, or energy drinks. We got you covered. Book your event at travelintomscoffee.com.
Berkeley Zakay takes high and away for ball 1. She walked her first time up. And Berkeley, reminder, is a pretty good hitter herself. Batting .429 coming in, 15 runs batted in for the season. The 1-0 from Aubrey Zachary. Outside, on the corner for a strike. Delayed call there by Janice Beck. And it's 1-1.
Now, and we have a kind of a skewed angle back here that we were sitting at as well. So,
and you have a skewed angle from the center field camera as well. The 1-1. That one upstairs, and the count 2-1. Berkeley Zakay, 8 doubles for the season. She had a big 4 RBI game against Morgan Township. The 2-1, way outside, it's 3-1. And Olivia Borsotti waits on deck.
Health Markets. Matt Tolman is proud to support high school athletics, specializing in small business, life, supplemental, health, and Medicare. Google Health Markets, Matt Tolman, to learn more.
3-1 is in there for a strike at the knees, and the count goes full. Kennedy Schrock, the runner at second. Riley Zakay at first with 2 out in a 1-1 game here in the top of the third. Between these two top 10 powers in Class 4A. Payoff pitch coming from Zachary. And it's inside for ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
That's just a great at bat there.
Number 20, Olivia Borsodi.
2-hit batsmen, a walk and a single have produced a run and loaded the bases for Borsodi, who was a strikeout victim of Zachary her first time up.
Borsodi hitting 367 on the year. She's had multiple RBI games.
7 multi-RBI games. 4-game hit streak coming into this one. She takes that one for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1.
I think the really good thing with St. Joe's not chasing those outside pitches. Yes, they watched a few early on those strikes, but they're not chasing the ones outside.
Infield gives Borsodi a lot of room up the middle. She tried to check her swing and fouled that one off, and now she's in an 0-2 hole. Zachary perhaps just one pitch away from getting out of this jam here in the third. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Borsodi goes down, and the Huskies leave the bases loaded, but they pick up a run on a hit, and after 2.5, we're tied at 1 in Mishawaka. And this edition of the 46th Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Purdue University Northwest College of Nursing, helping you realize your potential. Our factoids tonight brought to us by Holy Cross Village, and Camille Beaver getting ready to lead off the bottom of the third. Number 4 in the NIC in batting behind Randy Robakowski, who leads the way from New Prairie at 542. John Glenn with a couple in there, and you're familiar with Mickey Shively.
Yep.
Down at Bremen,
Down
but
at Bremen,
Beaver
heading to Dayton University.
Yeah. Beaver came into this one batting .516, popped out to second her first time up.
Third inning sponsored by the Penn Boosters, always cheering for the Kingsmen. Last year, the Penn Boosters awarded over $79,000 to the various academic clubs and teams. Support the Penn Boosters by following them on Facebook or go to thepennboosters.org.
So Olivia Borsodi staked a new life here in the bottom of the third, but she's got to go through the 2, 3, 4 hitters in the Penn order in this inning. Starting here with Beaver, the diminutive left-handed hitting second baseman. And she tries to lay down a bunt. It's a beauty, and Berkeley Zakay will have to put it in her pocket. You can watch it again on the Crimmins Carpet Cleaning replay. And Beaver laid this one down perfectly, and there was no hope for Zakay. It brings up Ava Zachary, who reached with a bunt single her first time up and stole a base, came around to score the Kingsman run in the first. A bouncer to Berkeley Zakay at first, and it'll advance the runner Beaver to second.
That's one of those tough ones where you look to try to maybe turn the double play right away. She decided to go ahead and get the out and maybe have a chance to throw to second for the tag, but there wasn't enough time.
Number 1.
Abby Widmar drove in a run her first time up with a double off the center field wall. And Earl Keith, the skipper, will go out to the mound, or the circle, I should say, to have a word with Borsodi.
When it's time for your next move, contact Kent Guy with Reichert Realtors. Kent is licensed in Indiana and Michigan and has been for over 30 years. Mention hearing this on the game and receive $500 off your listing. Whether you're buying or selling, if results count, Kent Guy is your guy.
Remember, that's Kent Guy. He'll give you that $500 discount. Earl Keith talking things over with his defense about how they want to play this batter Widmar and whether they want to pitch to her or wind up pitching to Logan Rumble. The problem with facing Widmar is you're facing the leader in RBI in the Northern Indiana Conference.
Yeah, and Widmar, a couple home runs on the year as well, hitting almost 500.
As you take a look at Abby Widmar, who's headed to Indiana State next year, wants to study nursing, and she says that she really loves the pressure of these big moments in games. If I'm going to have a nurse, I want somebody who can handle the pressure of big moments. And she drives one high in the air to left field here. Underneath, Camille Potter makes the catch. And there are 2 down in the Penn half of number 3.
Big thank you to Barnaby's Pizza on Grape Road, on Cleveland Road, and Twin Branch, where you'll always find delicious pizza and relaxed family atmosphere. Order online at MishawakaBarnaby's.com. Thank you, Barnaby's Twin Branch, for feeding the production crew with that great pizza, as always.
It was outstanding. Logan Rumble stepping in. 500 hitter on the season. All the more impressive when you realize the sophomore started the year 0 for 8. She elevates this one into center field. Mary Stack is under it, makes the grab, and Borsotti works out of trouble in the third. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left. After 3, a 1-1 ball game here between Penn and St. Joe as we toss it down to Angelo DiCarlo with the Bills Heating sideline report.
All right, Coach, through 3 innings, your thoughts?
Hey, we're playing good ball back and forth. We knew it was going to be a tough game, and so this is a lot of fun. We're having a great time out here.
Have you considered bunting on every play the way your girls have laid them down so far?
They've done a very nice job executing. So, yeah, we're going to keep doing what we need to do to get runners on base and in scoring position.
I asked Girl this about the atmosphere. Does it feel like a postseason game here tonight?
It does. It does. We love this atmosphere. This is so much fun for the girls, and this is what high school sports is about. Look at our community out here tonight supporting high school softball players. It's really just a beautiful thing.
Coach, thank you very much. Best of luck the rest of the night.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Chuck and Bo, back to you.
Thanks, Anj. Thanks, Beth.
Yeah.
Getting ready for the 4th.
4th inning, sponsored by White House Cleaning and Restoration in Mishawaka. They're cheering on the Kingsmen tonight. Contact White House Cleaning and Restoration for carpet cleaning, or if you have water or fire damage to your home or business. Visit whrestoration.com to learn more.
More girls sports on TV 46 next week as we take you down to Warsaw for the girls track sectional down there. Josefina Rastorelli, who will be running at IU next year, leading the Tiger distance runners, but so many more competitors from the area. You'll see them next Friday night at 11 and Saturday morning at 9 on your home for high school sports, TV 46. Peyton Wolf leads off the 4th in a 1-1 game for St. Joe and takes a strike. It's 0-1. Wolf, also a member of the volleyball team at St. Joe. The freshman batting .400, has a couple of round trippers this year. Takes that one high and away, and it's 1-1.
Reminder, we don't have a pitch count like we do in baseball with softball players. Natural arm motion is what they say.
Aubrey Zachary. Swing and a miss there on an off-speed pitch in the count 1-2. I'll tell you, Aubrey Zachary, we mentioned very poised and calm in the circle. It's all the more impressive when you consider she broke her hip bone during her freshman year and has had to really come back from that. Penn has had some injuries to its pitching staff over the last few years, and yet, as Beth Zachary mentioned in the pregame, in some ways that has helped them stay fresh and develop a deeper stable of arms.
Yeah, and I think that's the big thing. Instead of relying on that one person week in and week out, game in and game out, and to carry you, they have multiple ladies that can actually do that now.
Ball and 2 strikes the count here on Wolf. And Zachary gets another strikeout swinging. It's sponsored by Clover Machinery Movers. And that is 8 strikeouts on the night for Aubrey Zachary.
Nice little change up away. Got Wolf out on her front foot.
Here's Bella Esquivel, the shortstop. She struck out looking her first time up. Esquivel, the freshman with 3 hit games this year against both Marion and Bremen, takes a strike down the middle. It's 0-1. It's these young players for St. Joe, and here they have back-to-back freshmen in the lineup, and Earl Keith talked about trying to get them to be more aggressive. Do you think the atmosphere tonight might be a little intimidating for the freshmen?
Yeah, sometimes you get to a point where it can be intimidating, but you got to understand what travel ball has done for softball and baseball, and especially these teams here. Guarantee that they've been in this situation in a tournament, in a championship game or something like that, to where this is kind of second nature, but again, it is your high school you're playing for.
Yeah, a little bit different when the stakes are more about the name on the uniform on the front than the one on the back.
Yeah, so they've been in this situation, but not as much as the high pressure with all the fans and what's on the line.
1-2, the count on Esquivel. That one bouncing in, 2-2. And I mean, you've seen a lot more travel ball than I have, but I can't imagine you get too many crowds like this at a travel ball game.
No, you get a lot of the parents and a lot of the
brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters, extended family is what I was trying to say.
That one fouled out of play behind us, and the count stays at 2-2.
Ben Soft Pretzels has been supporting high school athletics since 2008. They believe that sports are an important part of a well-rounded education and are proud to support the next generation of athletes. Find Ben Soft Pretzels at University Park Mall and at most Notre Dame athletic events. Have a pretzel day.
And another foul ball by Esquivel, who's hanging right in there against the senior Zachary, and it's still 2-2. And Zachary's sister Ava will come in to give a little encouragement. They are each other's best friends, and they are certainly each other's best cheerleaders out there on the field. 2-2 pitch. Inside, and the count goes to 3-2.
Ooh. Again, we're trying to work that inside corner. That one moved just a little bit, I think, off the corner, but that was a great pitch.
3-2 to Esquivel. Heck of a take by a freshman. Had some confidence to take that one. Payoff pitch coming around from Zachary. And this has been a multi-pitch at bat, that's for sure. We're up around the 10 count in this at bat. Camille Potter waits on deck. Bella Esquivel, very athletic player, the shortstop here for this St. Joseph team. Takes that one on the outside corner for a called strike 3. And another strikeout sponsored by Clover Machinery Movers. That's 9 on the night for Aubrey Zachary. And in this portion of the lineup, 5 through 8 for St. Joe, she hasn't given up contact at all. She's had nothing but Ks.
Yeah, just really understanding, working that zone. Out of the 6 Ks, 7 Ks in this area, 4 of them have been looking.
And it also speaks to the problem that Earl Keith has had throughout the season with the Huskies. There's not enough depth in the lineup right now.
Yeah. Part
of that is because of how young they are. The pitch, swing and a miss by Camille Potter, and she's quickly in an 0-2 hole. That one upstairs. They tried to get Potter to go chase it, but she wouldn't dare. Potter came in batting .354 on the year. And Zachary missing just a little bit low there. The count goes to 2-2.
Just another one that's really close to take. I'm sure Earl's over there just, Mom, put that ball in play, fight it off, put the pressure on the defense.
A 2-2 swing and a miss and make it a 10K night for Aubrey Zachary. That one sponsored by Clover Machinery Movers. She strikes out the side in the 4th, halfway home in the Princess City, tied at 1 in an LIC showdown on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Crown Trophy, the nationally known and locally owned. The shadows beginning to lengthen here at May Oberfeld Lorber Field on this clear and sunny night in May. 4th inning being brought to us by White House Cleaning and Restoration.
White House Cleaning and Restoration in Mishawaka is cheering on the Kingsmen tonight. Contact White House Cleaning and Restoration for carpet cleaning, or if you have water or fire damage to your home or business. Visit whrestoration.com to learn more.
Ashlyn Kronwitter takes the change up high for ball 1. Kronwitter bounced into a fielder's choice back in the 1st. She wraps one to the first baseman, Berkeley Zakay, who has an easy play to step on the bag and quickly one away in the Penn 4th, bringing up Shannon Rudge, who tried to bunt her way on back in the 2nd, and Borsodi made a nice play coming out of the circle.
Yeah, kind of got it right back to Bersotti. Set it down the line. But again, putting pressure on the defense, having to make plays.
And that one misses upstairs for ball one. Shannon Rudge, the shortstop, member of the volleyball team here at Penn. The 1-0 is on the outside corner for a strike, and the count evens at 1-1. Remember, Earl Keith opted to go with Olivia Borsotti and not throw his ace, Berkeley Zakay, tonight, so as to not to show her to Penn too early. Well, Borsotti is doing just fine, thank you. She's held this Penn offense, which scores 9.5 runs per game, to just 1 run through 3 2/3 so far.
Yeah, just throwing, keeping them off balance, throwing different speeds, hitting different corners of the plate. There's the Crimmins Carpet Service replay. Great job fielding the ground ball as well, filling that position at pitcher.
And she has been able to strand 3 runners in scoring position tonight. There's another changeup in there for a strike, and it's 0-1 to Peyton Dwiggins, who had a ball that was ruled a double back in the second on a fly ball where the left fielder Potter came in a little too far and it went over her head. The 0-1. Popped in the air by home plate, diving attempt made by Riley Zakay. She can't get it, and that's going to be a base hit. A little spinner, and Riley Zakay saying to Berkeley Zakay, where were you?
Yeah, that's one of those plays where it's a tough one and trying to get out to it. It's almost one of those, I'm not even sure if it hit the glove on that. If it didn't, that's a foul ball. I think that's what Coach Earl Keith's going to talk about, did that even hit the player's glove?
Running for the Kingsmen.
Well, while they talk about that, Ivy Tech programs are made to prepare students for great careers in high-paying, high-demand jobs. Find the program meant for advancing you toward your career quickly and affordably. Classes that fit your busy life, in person, online, and in between. Enrollment is open. Visit ivytech.edu/apply.
Well, let's get another look here on the Crimmins carpet cleaning replay, and you try to see. It's difficult to tell from that. I don't think that would be called conclusive either way as to whether the ball hit the glove or not. Janice Beck thought it did. Dale Beck didn't have a good enough look at it. So there's a runner on first with 2 away for Peyton Rudge, the designated player, who bounced out to the third baseman Schrock her first time up. That pitch misses high for ball 1. Courtesy runner is in for Penn at first base. I believe that's Welty again. And she's got some pretty decent wheels. The 1-0. Hit in the air into right center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Welty is staying at third as it's a double for Peyton Rudge, and Penn has runners at second and third with the top of the order coming up.
Great job of going with that ball, driving it to right field. Here you can see on the Crimmins carpet replay, lifted the ball in right field, drove in the gap. Surprised they didn't send the runner home on that and take a chance. Getting late in the game. I know you're coming to the top of the order.
Izzy Hanna is 0 for 2 tonight, a pair of groundouts. That one skips away from Zakay. The runner will score on the wild pitch. It's 2-1 Penn.
First wild pitch of the night.
Borsotti missed the target badly, and it skips past Zakay to the backstop. And it's easy for Welty to score from third, the go-ahead run. Now here's a little bouncer to the first base side that's foul. And to think that this whole rally starts on what looked like an innocuous spinning pop-up in front of home plate.
Reminder, Penn Scoring is brought to you by Kona Ice. Kona Ice is proud to support high school athletics. Kona Ice, we're mobile, we're fun, we're delicious. Dates fill up fast, so visit Kona-ice.com today to reserve your party. That's Kona Ice.
2-1 now on Hanna, who has 14 ribbies on the air. 5-game hit streak coming into this one, the 2-1. She tried to bunt and she missed, and it's 2-2. Penn has jumped back out in front by a 2-1 count here in the fourth. Odd single, a double, and a wild pitch. And now a bouncer foul that David Zachary, the first base coach, was able to come up with. Two and two. Swinging a ground ball, left field, base hit. Hannah drives in another one. It's 3-1 Penn.
Another run sponsored by Kona Ice for the Penn Lady Kingsmen. Great job of slapping that ball the other side of the field, finding a hole, knocking a run in.
She took the pitch where it was, on the outside part of the plate, didn't try to pull it, just went the other way. It's a 6-game hit streak now for Hannah, her 15th run batted in. And she's got some wheels at first. Here's a bunt, and the third baseman can't come up with it, but Janice Beck says, hold everything. The ball hit the runner out of the box, or she was out of the box when she put the bunt down, and the out is recorded. And that'll do it for the 4th inning of play. 2 runs on 3 hits, as she was well out of the box and in front of the plate when she put the bunt down. No errors, a man left. It's time for our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week, next on 46.
Time now for our 46 Student Athletes of the Week, presented by Tony Letcher with Health Markets. We have 7 Division I players playing tonight here in this awesome game. 2 of them are with us here as our Student Athletes of the Week. Izzy Hanna, a junior center fielder for Penn, along with Riley Zakay, a senior catcher for St. Joe. Riley, we'll start with you. 4.022 GPA. You'll go to Oklahoma to play softball. How do you balance it all between academics and athletics?
I just try to have a really good schedule and just time manage really well. I mean, there's only so much time in a day, and so just got to get it done in school when I can, and after that, do what I can at night and hope for the best.
You've accomplished so much in softball already. You've been All-State the last 2 years. You hold a lot of school records, and for that, you're going to go play at Oklahoma, the 3-time defending national champions. What does that mean to you?
It means the world, especially because I get to go do it with Berkeley. There's a lot of places we could have been, and I'm really happy that we're going to Oklahoma together. It means everything. I love the coaches, I love the players, and I love the atmosphere and everything there. So I'm really looking forward to wearing Oklahoma across my chest.
What is it like playing with your sister?
It's absolutely everything. I mean, it's one thing to catch a pitcher because you have a bond with them in and of itself, but when you're catching your own sister, the person you grew up with, it's a feeling you can't even put into words. It's amazing.
How has St. Joe prepared you for the future? I know you have big aspirations beyond just softball. How has St. Joe gotten you ready for what the future will hold?
St. Joe demands a lot of you, both academically and athletically, so I feel like it's just kind of helped guide me into what I want to do successfully on the field, off the field, and in the classroom, but also be able to demand what I want out of my spiritual life and be with God.
Riley, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Izzy Hanna, junior center fielder here for Penn, also a member of the volleyball team. She has a 3.944 GPA and also a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. How do you balance it all?
You know, our coaches really prioritize being an athlete first, or a student first, and that is just something we really work on. And a lot of my teammates too, we're in the same classes, so we work together and we study and we do that, and like we just use our time the best we can and study off the field and sometimes on the field.
You're only a junior, but you've already made your commitment to play Division I softball at Northern Illinois. What does that mean to you to be able to know that you will eventually be playing college softball at the highest level?
I'm super excited and just so blessed to have that opportunity. My coaches at NIU are just amazing, and it's really a family atmosphere there, and that's something that I really wanted. And obviously I've dreamed at playing at that level since I was a little girl, so it's just amazing, and I'm just so blessed to have that opportunity.
What does being a Penn Kingsman mean to you?
Being a Penn Kingsman is just the best like I could possibly ask for. Our school just has this high standard for everything, academics, athletics, and everything. And you know, we have this huge legacy that obviously our present girls right now are working to like defend those girls that were before us because they were so successful. And you know, we want to help that younger generation too and just be role models for them.
Izzy, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Riley, congratulations once again. 2 outstanding student athletes, Izzy Hanna from Penn, Riley Zakay from St. Joe. This is our 46 Student Athletes of the Week presented by Tony Letcher with Health Markets. More of your 46 Game of the Week right after this.
And this edition of the 46th Game of the Week being brought to you by Reliance. Design, build, renovate. Chuck and Bo from the Reliance broadcast booth here at May Oberfeld-Lorber Field. Pretty good matchup so far. Kind of a wild bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is it all started with that kind of weird play at home plate where Riley Zeke wasn't able to come up with that little pop-up. And that's how softball, baseball is. I mean, weird things happen like that, and next thing you know, 2 runs are scored, and it's a different ball game right now.
Well, we'll see if St. Joe can bounce back here in the 5th as the Huskies come to bat against Aubrey Zachary, who has 10 strikeouts on the night. And that pitch misses outside for ball 1 to Mary Stack, who was hit by a pitch and scored the Huskies' only run back in the 3rd inning. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Penn. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors so far for St. Joe. Swing and a miss by Stack, and the count evens at 1-1.
Very clean ball game defensively, other than kind of a couple little miscues by the Huskies.
Stack, very good student at St. Joseph, where she has a 3.9 GPA. Pops this one back over our heads, and the count is 1-2.
Our replays tonight are sponsored by Crimson Carpet Services. They're father and son owned and operated in South Bend for over 35 years. Our team is dedicated to providing our customers with quality cleaning and repairs. Not only do we do clean for St. Joe, but Joe Crimmins and his sister Samantha Danielle are alum. Remember, it's not clean until it's Crimmins clean. Go St. Joe.
2-2 now on Stack. Her dad used to be a television sportscaster and then found a far more noble way of making a living. That could include just about any profession.
That could include about any profession.
3-2 now on Mary, with the top of the order, Kylie Weinberg, waiting on deck. Another payoff pitch from Zachary. Hit in the air out towards short center field. Izzy Hanna makes the call on the catch, and there's one away. And that'll circle back up to the top of the order, and Kylie Weinberg, who's 0 for 1 tonight, a strikeout, and then she laid down a sac bunt back in that 3rd inning.
Bunts have been big tonight for Penn. It'll be interesting if maybe St. Joe goes to that here at the top of the order, trying to get some ladies on base.
Weinberg has some pretty good speed at the top of the order. She fouls this one out of play. It's 0-1. Kylie, a native of Edwardsburg, Michigan, had the game-saving catch in the 7th against Riley on Wednesday when she snared a line drive in the webbing of her glove in short center field against the Wildcats. That one missing outside, the count 1-1. And I'll tell you what, if you look at this Northern Indiana Conference, the rankings are littered with NIC teams.
Yeah, just the talent level in the NIC up here, softball, is ridiculous. Not just pitchers, but players as well. The amount of ladies that have put in the time, the effort, the dedication, the blood, sweat, and tears that we talk about in order to go to college and play baseball or softball in this area is phenomenal.
And of course, there's nobody who's had a more impressive collegiate career than Bremen's own Erin Koffel, who has become Kentucky's all-time home run and RBI leader in her 4 years there. And we wish her the best of luck as the SEC tournament begins this week. 3-1 the count on Kylie Weinberg. That one is taken for a strike on the outside corner, and the count goes full again. Zachary has had a lot of full counts in this one tonight.
Yeah, her pitch count's got to be up there. Again, there is no pitch count, but with this heat and humidity out here tonight, you start to wear down a little bit.
And it'll be interesting to see if they get Olivia Signorino up, or Sarah Gentry perhaps, in the Kingsmen bullpen as this one goes along.
This game's health tip is brought to you by HealthLink. Quality health insurance is linked to a healthier life. If you or someone you know needs help navigating the world of health insurance, HealthLink can help. Navigators can assist with enrolling in Marketplace, Medicare, and Medicaid health coverage at no cost to you. HealthLink offers medical, dental, vision, and more.
This is a big at-bat for St. Joe in this game here at 3-2 with Weinberg up. If you get her on, then you should have the tying run coming to the plate in the person of Riley Zakay or Berkeley Zakay a little bit later in this inning. But first you have to get people on in front of them. Infield is pulled in for the 3-2 to Weinberg. And again, a check swing just enough to stay alive, and it's still 3-2.
Getting on base is easier said than done this game for the Huskies, as Zachary's done a great job of keeping them off balance. Just that one solo hit right now.
We'll go downstairs to Angelo DiCarlo here shortly for a Bills hitting sideline report. Here's a two-hopper to the shortstop and a fine play by Shannon Rudge. And Ange, we were talking about Olivia Signorino possibly warming up. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, she was already warming up a little bit ago, back in the dugout now, cheering on her teammates, but has been warming up in the pen over the last couple innings.
Meanwhile, look at the NIC standings, shows you the importance of this game. Penn trying to stay in front of both St. Joe and New Prairie, and of course it would be the second loss for St. Joe. New Prairie comes here to Penn on next Monday night. As that pitch taken down low by Kennedy Schrock for ball one.
Stip Law cheers for the Kingsmen. Keep up the great work. Stip Law achieves positive results by providing comprehensive, passionate representation. Stip Law, legal help for all life's hurdles.
Strike on the inside corner to Schrock evens the count at 1-1. A 3-1 Penn lead here in the fifth. That one on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 1-2.
My angle from here looked like she got about 2 softballs on that call.
Now here comes the 1-2. Pop foul and out of play, and it remains 1-2. I will say the zone's been consistent tonight, though.
Yeah, it's one thing as a coach that you really want as an umpire. I don't care what your zone is for the most part.
Yeah.
But make sure it's consistent throughout the whole night.
The 1-2. Pop up, foul territory, third base side, and that'll get out of play as well, right behind the Husky dugout. Aubrey Zachary tossing a one-hitter through 4 2/3 here, and trying to get revenge on a loss she suffered against St. Joe in the regular season last year. She's ready for the 1-2 pitch to Kennedy Schrock. That is way outside. The count's 2-2. Schrock, a .364 hitter on the year. During basketball, she hit 3 3-pointers against Penn. Had 14 games in double figures for Scott Francourt's team. And takes that one way outside. The count goes full again at 3-2.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies in South Bend is globally known as a knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. Like the teams in this game, Imagineering is always working toward a great finish. Thank you, Imagineering, for your continued support of high school sports on TV 46.
Zachary takes a called third strike pitch on the inside corner to Schrock to rack up her 11th strikeout of the night. It's sponsored by Clover Machinery Movers. It's stretch time in Mishawaka with the Kingsmen up 3-1 on 46. And this edition of the 46 Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Ben's Soft Pretzel, serving our community one pretzel at a time. You'll notice, Mr. Hunt, I did not put the question on your sheet tonight. I wanted to make this one a fair contest. Who was the first TV 46 viewing area team to win an IHSA softball championship? Both of these teams have done it. Of course, a number in the area have, Bremen, New Prairie. But can you remember the first one that did?
In the area.
You'll get at least one out to figure this one out.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of maybe some smaller schools, but I know Triton did in girls basketball.
Yeah. Now you think about it as Ava Zachary steps in there. Ava Zachary and I are kindred spirits, and I'll tell you why, Bo, as she takes ball one. Her pregame drink before every game is a Diet Coke.
Hey, love that Diet Coke.
The 1-0 pitch on the inside corner for a strike. It's 1-1. She describes herself as fearless and maybe a little crazy in the head. Again, we have something in common. Here's a ground ball up the middle into center field and a base hit. And Ava Zachary now with a 10-game hitting streak. Their second base hit of the night.
Just again, a great job seeing the ball, driving it right back where it came from, putting the bat on the ball.
And it brings up Abby Widmar, who's 1 for 2 tonight, an RBI double back in the first. Ooh. She drives this one deep to center field and say goodbye. The third round tripper of the season for Abby Widmar, and she'll get a big Kingsman welcome at home plate.
Wow, she got an inside fastball, was able to get the barrel through the ball. Here you can see on the Crimmins Carpet Service replay, just a great job of exploding through that ball, lifting it out of the park.
And we will see the St. Joe Huskies go to the bullpen after that long ball off Olivia Borsotti. It'll be Mila Blazievsky coming in to pitch for the Huskies, as you'll get another look at this one off the bat of Widmar. And there was no doubt about it. It cleared the Arbor Vitae out in center.
Ivy Tech credits transfers to more than 100 colleges and universities in Indiana and outside the state. They offer more than 20 degrees qualifying for guaranteed admission at the largest four-year institutions in the state. With classes that fit your busy schedule, in person, online, and in between, enrollment is open. Visit ivytech.edu/apply.
So Mila Blazievsky comes on for her 10th appearance of the season. The freshman is 2-1 with a 3.99 ERA. In 26 1/3 innings, she's given up 38 hits, 23 runs, 15 of them earned, 11 strikeouts, and only 2 walks. Her wins have come over Bishop Dwenger and Caston. Her loss came at the hands of conference foe South Bend Adams. She inherits a ball game where Penn has now gained a 5-1 lead here in the 5th. After Abby Widmar's 3rd RBI of the game, and she'll have to face Logan Rumble here with nobody out in the 5th.
Number 10, Logan Rumble.
Rumble with a walk and a fly out to center tonight. And Blazievsky misses inside for ball 1.
I mean, we're looking at a situation where Abby Widmar with 2 for 3, 3 RBIs, crucial RBIs, really kind of putting this almost out of reach. And then, you know, for player of the game, and then you got Zachary, what she's done on the mound, just fantastic.
Rumble fouls that one away, and the count 1-1. Rumble, a 4.07 GPA here at Penn. And she says she's bilingual. I assume that the other language is Spanish, although that doesn't have to be the case. That one outside, 2-1. She had 2 homers and 8 runs batted in the Carmel Invitational this year. If you had the bus miles for Penn this year for softball as frequent flyer miles, you'd probably be close to a free trip.
Yeah, I mean, you look at their record, 16-6, but The reason why they have those 6 losses is because they went out and they played some competition and traveled and went and saw some of the best teams in the state to prepare them for the end of the season run.
Here comes the 3-1. That one misses upstairs for ball 4, and Rumble coaxes only the 3rd walk of the season out of Blazieski.
A big thank you to Barnaby's Pizza in Twin Branch for feeding our production crew tonight with great pizza. Barnaby's Pizza on Grape Road, Cleveland Road, and Twin Branch, where you'll always find delicious pizza and a relaxed family atmosphere. Order online at MishawakaBarnabys.com.
Ashlyn Kronwitter is 0 for 2 tonight. A fielder's choice in the first, tap out to Zakay in the 4th inning. And there's a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Boy, has the tenor of this game changed in the span of about 6 at-bats for the Penn Lady Kingsmen. There were 2 out, nobody on. We had a 1-1 game in the bottom of the 4th as that pitch is fouled away, and it's 0-2. And then Peyton Dwiggins hit a little spinning pop-up in front of home plate that Riley Zakay couldn't field. Home plate umpire said she touched it. That's a base hit. And after that, it has been all Penn.
Penn's done a great job of putting the ball in play all night.
The 0-2 in on the hands and fouled away, and it's still 0-2. Last year, Penn had both the state baseball and softball champions in Class 4A. Their baseball team got a key win against St. Joe tonight up on the North Fields as they won that one by a count of 3-2 in 8 innings. And the softball team trying to stay unbeaten in NIC play here tonight. Ground ball to the first baseman, Zakay. She'll step on the bag for the out, and there's 1 down in the Kingsmen half of number 5. It brings up Shannon Rudge, the shortstop.
Why settle for ordinary when you can go heroic? Heroes Nutrition is newly opened and their teas and shakes are delicious. Nutritious and your new secret weapon. Check out Heroes Nutrition at 2934 Lincoln Way East in Mishawaka.
Rudge twice has bounced back to the pitcher. That was against the starter, Olivia Borsotti. Now against Blazieski. It's 1-0. Blazieski, only a freshman. Ground ball right back to the mound again. And Zakay will try to throw out the runner at third, but a little bit late.
That was a hot one right back at her. Great job of getting the glove up. You can see the Crimmins Carpet Service replay.
Well, Blazieski was very patient with me before the game, explaining how to pronounce her last name. She said, "You can just call me Blaze." I said, "Well, then live up to the name." And there's a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1 with a fastball to Peyton Dwiggins, who's 2 for 2 tonight. A double back in the 2nd, and then that spinning bloop single in the 4th that started this cavalcade of runs for Penn. And there's another strike from Blazieski, and it's 0-2. Mila with an ERA just a shade under 4 for the season. 0-2, the count on Dwiggins. And the pitch. Bounce to the third baseman, Schrock. She fields, fires, and gets her man or lady over at first, and the inning is over. But not before a big blow off the bat of Abby Widmar as the Penn slugger gets a 2-run homer to center field and helps the Kingsmen grab a 5-1 lead after 5 on 46. And this edition of the 46th Game of the Week being brought to you in part by HealthLink, your community health center. Lost in all the excitement, we failed to answer our Ben Soft Pretzel trivia question. The first TV 46 viewing area team to win an IHSA softball championship. I'll excuse you because you were probably still busy playing minor league baseball. Or actually, you were still busy with high school because it was back in 1988. And it was the Northridge Raiders.
Middle school, actually.
Oh, boy. And Northridge basically rode the strength of one pitcher through the tournament. And
back in '88, there wasn't a lot of schools. I know Bremen didn't even have softball in '88. They didn't start softball until while I was in high school.
Okay.
So there were some area schools that didn't recognize women's softball, which was a big thing that we were trying to get as a school to come through. I played with a lot of the girls that got that petition going at Bremen and really got it into the program and got it started.
And look how the sport has exploded here in the last 30 years in this area.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely has. I mean, just the amount of talent that's in Northern Indiana in girls softball is just amazing.
Heart of the order coming up for St. Joe now as you took a peek inside our Reliance broadcast booth. Reliance, design, build, renovate. Riley Zakay, 1 for 2 tonight. She had an RBI single her last time up. She'll lead off the 6th. And she hits a fly ball towards right field. Logan Rumble makes the one-hand catch, and there's one down here in the St. Joe 6th.
Speaking of Reliance, if you're looking to build a new home or renovate your current home, contact Reliance. Serving Northern Indiana and Southwest Michigan, Reliance has a reputation for excellence year after year. Visit RelianceDBR.net for more info. Reliance, design, build, renovate.
Berkeley Zakay has walked twice tonight. No official at-bats in this game. A swing and a miss at a fastball from Aubrey Zachary, who has been masterful at changing speeds tonight. She's worked the ball inside and out, using both sides of the plate. Up and down in the zone, she's been terrific. And Berkeley Zakay takes a strike on the outside corner, and the count is quickly 0-2. As many full counts as Zachary has had tonight, she's very rarely been behind hitters.
No, she's gotten to that full count when she started out 0-2, 1-2 certain situations, and then get to that full count where she's trying to make you chase, but she's got the ability to go back in for that strike on the inside corner as well.
And the problem for St. Joe is once you get past Zakay here in the lineup, the next 4 hitters have done nothing but strike out against Zachary tonight. That pitch taken down low, 2-2, which makes it awfully tough to make up 4 runs. The 2-2 pitch to the Oklahoma commit. This is high, 3-2. And for those of you who joined us late, Earl Keith explained in his pregame comments he wanted to give Penn a different look. He didn't want to give them 2 looks at Berkeley Zakay this year if they can win their sectional. That's an if, because Mishawaka, Brian Miller's team, has been playing good ball again. They lead the Northern Lakes Conference, and that is not a given that St. Joe would knock them off.
Yeah, and I think the call that he made with the pitching assignment that he had tonight was going well until the 4th inning. 2 outs, nobody on, like you talked about, and just kind of a fluke play led to the next 2 runs, and then the next 2 runs the next inning, just kind of carried over from there.
But you also know you're going to have to keep this Penn team down, because this is a team that has so many people that can swing the bat, and Zachary has definitely kept the Kingsmen down tonight.
Yeah, that strikeout sponsored by Clover Machinery Movers. They're proud to support Kingsmen Athletics. For over 65 years, Clover Machinery Movers has been providing professional and reliable machinery moving. When you need your project done right, on time, and on budget, contact the experts at Clover Machinery Movers.
12 strikeouts now for Aubrey Zachary. That's her season high. Remember, her career high, 16, came against Crown Point in the 2022 semi-state. Olivia Borsotti steps in there now. She has struck out twice tonight. And she swings and misses at that one, 0-1. Aubrey Zachary committed to play at Purdue Fort Wayne, where she plans to major in biology and become a doctor. Boy, that's a difficult balancing act for a Division I athlete.
It definitely is. Taking all those classes and still trying to get the training in that you need.
But you know what? She's done a marvelous job balancing things here tonight. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away. And Zachary's strikeout list getting to be about as long as the braid on the back of her head. The 0-2, high and away, and it's 1-2.
Oh, Time for Tees wants to give a shout out to the Penn softball team and all the Kingsmen Nation. Have a great night tonight and the rest of the season. Time for Tees can handle your team's screen printing needs. Visit timefortees.com.
And that one away, and the count evens at 2-2. The lone hit for St. Joe. O'Reilly's a K RBI single back in the third. Aubrey Zachary gets a foul ball straight back, and the count stays at 2-2. Borsotti was the starting pitcher for St. Joe tonight. She has 2 homers on the year, one against Bremen, the other against Logansport, so they both come in the last couple of weeks. She takes that one outside, and the count goes full again at 3-2.
Penn Lady Kingsman infield started running off the field, thinking that was strike 3.
We don't keep a pitch count, but Zachary has made more pitches than a car salesman tonight. The 3-2, and that one misses upstairs for ball 4, and that is the third walk allowed by Aubrey Zachary this evening.
Health Markets Matt Tolman is proud to support high school athletics, specializing in small business, life, supplemental, health, and Medicare. Google Health Markets Matt Tolman to learn more.
Brings up Peyton Wolf, who has fanned twice tonight. The freshman will wait as a courtesy runner comes in, and that will be Blaziewski running at first base for Olivia Borsotti.
St. Joe scoring tonight's sponsored by Travelin' Tom's Coffee Trucks. Support high school athletics. Whether you want hot coffee, iced or frozen, or energy drinks, we got you covered. Book your event at travelintomscoffee.com.
And our factoids tonight, which we've shown sporadically throughout the game, sponsored by Holy Cross Village. Here's a bouncer towards third, gobbled up by the third baseman Ava Zachary, and she throws wildly, and that'll put St. Joseph runners at second and third. Another wild throw. Here comes Blaziewski, and she will score, and it is a 5-2 game.
Just needed to bring up the scoring for St. Joe, sponsored by Travelin' Tom's Coffee Truck, just to give them a run in there. Errant throw, got away, and then again trying to go home here.
The right fielder Rumble threw it under the glove.
They got lucky it didn't go in the dugout. That might have been 2 runs in that situation.
As it is, Huskies with a runner on third with 2 down for Bella Esquivel, the shortstop. Esquivel has struck out twice tonight, but this is what Earl Keith was telling his team. You got to make contact. If you make contact and put the ball in play, good things might happen. A rare double error play by this Penn team, which had only made 20 errors on the season coming into the game tonight. But an E5 and an E9 on that one. The 0-1. And this one spanked foul. And the count goes to 0-2.
Bella turn on that one just a tad. Hasn't made much contact tonight. She's got 2 backward Ks on the night so far.
Well, and you wonder if Zachary might be starting to show some signs of fatigue, as some of these hitters who weren't touching her earlier are making contact now. The 0-2 outside. Oh, she tried to throw down to third and wound up hitting the batter in the bat.
It looked like it was
and the helmet. And actually, it's strike 3 called, apparently, by Janice Beck. Never saw a signal from her, but watch the action here at the plate, as the catcher apparently didn't hear the called third strike, and I think it hit the bat, and the bat hit the helmet. It adds injury to insult, but nevertheless, 13 strikeouts for Zachary, and after 5.5, 5-2 Penn on 46. And this edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Tire Rack. TireRack.com is the way tire buying should be. Peyton Rudge will lead off the bottom of the 6th for Penn. The designated player is 1 for 2 tonight. She doubled back in the 4th, and that was a key hit in this ball game, helping Penn gain the lead. It put runners at 2nd and 3rd, and Izzy Hanna would eventually help bring home one of them. A wild pitch would score the other. And the pitch is a little bit low. It's 2-0. You see the numbers on Rudge facing the reliever Mila Blazajewski.
Maya trying to hit the bottom of the zone here. Last couple of pitches.
2-0 pitch misses high and away, and it's 3-0. Blazajewski, not only an accomplished pitcher, she is also an actress in the South Bend Civic Theater. 3-0 pitch is in there for a strike at the knees, and it's 3-1. She had a role in It's a Wonderful Life, which she might disagree with right now, trying to face the 9-1-2 hitters in the Penn order. That one is a little bit outside for ball 4, and a walk issued to Peyton Rudge to start the 6th. As you take a look at Beth Zachary, she is part of an accomplished coaching staff here at Penn. Take a look at the numbers for these Penn coaches and their winning percentages that they put up. And here's Beth Zachary. She's got a state title, and she's still sitting in the middle of the pack.
Yep.
Bunt up the third base side, and the throw goes into right field. And the runners will move up 90 feet. They're at 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. A single and an error for Izzy Hanna. And the Kingsmen are cooking again here in the 6th. By the way, the factoid we just showed you brought to us by our friends at Holy Cross Village as you watch the Cribbins Carpet Services replay.
Ben Soft Pretzels has been supporting high school athletics since 2008. They believe that sports are an important part of a well-rounded education and are proud to support the next generation of athletes. Find Ben Soft Pretzels at the University Park Mall and at most major Notre Dame athletic events. Have a pretzel day.
Camille Beaver 1 for 3 tonight, takes that one outside for ball 1. Penn trying to build on a 5-2 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Remember, we only play 7 in high school softball. Bouncer towards 3rd. The shortstop sees it careen off her glove as she took her eye off of it. That'll be a base hit, and the error allows Beaver to go to 2nd. An RBI for Camille Beaver, and it makes it a 6-2 game.
That run sponsored by Kona Ice. Kona Ice is a proud supporter of high school athletics. They're mobile, they're fun, they're delicious.
So a couple of errors in the inning for the St. Joe Huskies, who came into the night with only 26 on the season. Have the Kingsmen up 6-2 and threatening with the heart of the order coming up, and that means Ava Zachary stepping to the plate.
Hey, when it's time for your next move, contact Kent Guy with Weichert Realtors. Kent is licensed in Indiana and Michigan and has over 30 years of experience. If you mention hearing this game, you receive $500 off your listing. Whether you're buying or selling, if results count, Kent is your guy. That's Kent Guy with Weichert Realtors.
So Ava Zachary, part of this accomplished list of drive-in theater leaders, and this was coming in. Abby Widmar has added 3 to her total. Now Zachary with a chance to add to her 33 RBI here, and she pops it foul and out of play. Zachary is 2 for 3 with a pair of runs scored tonight. She is the fastest girl at Penn, according to the strength and conditioning program, and she holds the school record in the Klein at 200 pounds. She fouls that one out of play, and it's 0-2, and I don't think there's any doubt that Matt Cates' strength and conditioning program at Penn has helped every one of these young ladies on the softball team.
No, I mean, we just look at the track program here as well and all the other sports. You can see where it's rubbing off of what they're doing in the weight room.
And it's one reason Matt Cates was named the National Strength and Conditioning Coach of the Year this year. and had the National Student of the Year in Jake Bayless. The young man from the football team will be headed down to Vanderbilt. The 1-2 hit on the ground to the second baseman Weinberg, but it'll bring the run home from third. Another RBI for Ava Zachary, and it makes it 7-2 Penn.
That run for Penn sponsored by Kona Ice. A reminder, Ivy Tech programs are made to prepare students for great careers in high-paying, high-demand jobs. Find the program meant for advancing you toward your career quickly and affordably. Classes that fit your busy life in person, online, and in between. Enrollment is open. Visit ivytech.edu/apply.
Abby Widmar takes that one down low. Widmar now in her career. This is the 120th game of her career. And she has 129 career RBI. That's like Hack Wilson in 1930, kids. I mean, that's big numbers. Ground ball backhanded by Weinberg, and that'll be RBI number 4 of the night for Widmar as it gets Beaver home from third. It's 8-2 Penn.
Yeah, just another great job understanding the situation, driving the ball backside, knocking that run in, extending the lead. That run's, again, sponsored by Kona Ice.
39 RBI now on the season for Widmar. And as we said, 130 in her illustrious Penn career. It's no wonder the Sycamores want her down in Terre Haute. That one high for ball 1 to Logan Rumble. Rumble 0 for 1, a couple of walks and a fly out to center tonight for the sophomore. Lazievsky fires, and this one fouled on the first base line and out of play, out towards the batting cages here at Penn. Angelo DiCarlo, 2 worthy candidates tonight for player of the game. I don't know, maybe you want to do a double interview for our Heroes Nutrition in Mishawaka player of the game, Anj.
Well, I imagine the St. Joe dugout would really enjoy me talking about who my vote is for the player of the game as I'm standing in it at the moment. So
yeah.
I'll defer and wait till I exit the dugout to give my vote on that.
You know, it's our only softball game we are doing this year. We got girls track and boys track coming up, and I think the Zachary and Widmar are 2 deserving young ladies that need to be talked to.
Pair of seniors, they'll both be going to in-state colleges.
Correct.
Purdue, Fort Wayne, and Indiana State. 2-1 pitch, missing down low, 3-1. Sorry, Anj, I didn't know you were in hiding down there in the St. Joe dugout. Had I known that, I would have asked more questions.
Yeah.
Here comes the 3-1. That's outside for ball 4, and Rumble draws her 3rd walk of the night. It'll bring up the left fielder, Ashlyn Kronwitter, who's looking for her first base knock of the night. She's 0 for 3. A fielder's choice and 2 ground outs to the first baseman, Berkeley Zakay. Penn team that we mentioned averaging 9.5 runs per game, and they have 8 on the board here tonight against a top 10 team in St. Joe.
Again, you talked about how the wheels kind of just got out of control and spun off the hinges right during that 2-out pop-up to the catcher, Riley Zakay. Just got away from her.
Changed the whole tenor of the game after that. That one bouncing in. Zakay does a good job to keep it in front of her, and the count 1-1. But I think what you've also seen here tonight is the depth in the Penn lineup versus the lack of depth really in the St. Joe lineup.
Well, I mean, when you look at the bottom 3, 4, 5 batters in each lineup, and you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 strikeouts for St. Joe's battery versus no strikeouts for the Penn battery, just putting that ball in play.
And the 8-9 hitters in Beth Zachary's order tonight, Peyton Dwiggins and Peyton Rudge, have 2 doubles, 3 hits, and 3 runs.
3 runs scored, yeah. One
1-2 the count. Kronwitter with a bouncer towards short. Esquivel can't get her. It's an infield hit.
That's a tough play. Coming up, trying to charge that ball. As soon as that ball's hit, you could tell that was Kronwitter was going to beat that out for her first hit of the night.
So runners on first and second, still 2 away. Shannon Rudge, the advice here would be to hit it to anybody but the pitcher, because that's what she's done in her first 3 at-bats tonight. She's been retired all 3 times. Blazejewski. This is upstairs for ball 1. This is also a very young St. Joe team. They are carrying 3 freshmen. You've seen them play tonight, all 3 of them, Blazejewski, Wolf, and Esquivel. That one misses down low.
But just one senior with Riley Zakay behind the plate.
So the good news for Earl Keith is just about everybody's back next year. And with a little more savvy and a little more experience. But that doesn't mean they've given up on this year. And let's face it, St. Joe's a different team when Berkeley Zakay is in the circle. Bouncer towards Schrock at third. She fires and gets the runner, and the inning is over. But not before. Penn tacks on 3 more runs on a couple of hits and a pair of St. Joe errors. We'll go to the 7th. Kingsmen trying to wrap up an 8-2 win on 46. And this edition of the 46 Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. They're putting people over profits. Chuck Freeby, Bohan, Angelo DiCarlo back on a crystal clear night in northern Indiana. Penn Lady Kingsmen looking for win number 17 of the year and to go 8-0 in the Northern Indiana Conference. If they can get 3 more outs here in the 7th, then they'll face the 8-9-1 hitters in the St. Joe Husky order. Reminder, the Northern Indiana Conference is not decided tonight because Derek Hicks' New Prairie Cougars, with their fine pitcher Ava Geyer, they're sitting at 7-1 in the league right now, and they'll come over here to May Oberfeld Lorber Field next Monday night to take on this Penn squad.
Saw that New Prairie squad last year. They got a lot of talent on that team.
Camille Potter leads off the inning. She's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Fact, as this game is played on Monday night, Penn has to play Jimtown on Wednesday, at Mishawaka, the NLC leader, on Thursday. That's a bit of a rivalry game as Potter wears that one off the leg. The 3rd batter plunked by Aubrey Zachary tonight. And then after Jimtown and Mishawaka this week, they've got New Prairie coming in on Monday, the Monday after prom. Not an excuse, but it's easy to get distracted. Mary Stack scored St. Joe's first run tonight. She swings and misses there, and it's 0-1. Stack has been hit by a pitch and flown out to center. But I'll tell you, if there's any team at Penn that I think can stay focused, it's the softball team, and I'll tell you why. After the pitch to Stack, it's 0-2. This is a very bright group. They have a team GPA of 3.89.
Team GPA.
Wow. I mean, you get a 3.75. You get a B on this team. You're an underachiever.
Yeah.
Fouled away and out of play. It's 0-2. But you expect a GPA on the team that's got Ava, Aubrey, Abby. It is definitely the A team, and it shows in their studies. 0-2, the count on Stack. That one just a little bit outside, and it's 1-2.
A pitch Zachary thought she got earlier in the game, not getting it now here in the bottom or top of the 7th. Trying to pick up that 14th strikeout on the night.
Her career high is 16. He won't get it here as Stack plays Chuck and Duck with one back from whence it came. The sophomore ripping a single through the box, and St. Joe is not going gently into this good night with runners at first and second, nobody out. The top of the order coming up.
Great swing by Mary Stack. Great job driving that ball up the middle. One of the more solid hits we've had tonight.
Kylie Weinberg, the second baseman, now comes to bat.
Lady Kingsmen getting some action going down in the bullpen.
And the pitch taken on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Sarah Gentry is warming, it appears, down in the pen. That pitch misses upstairs, and the count evens at 1-1. And just as though Earl Keith didn't throw Berkeley's a K tonight, Beth Zachary has not thrown Olivia Signorino, and that is significant as that ball fouled away. 1-2, because Signorino was the pitcher who beat Penn in the regional last year on the Kingsmen's run to the state title. But you certainly can't quibble with the performance of Aubrey Zachary tonight either. The 1-2 to Weinberg, fouled straight back, and it's still 1-2.
Great job by Weinberg, just trying to get the ball in play, understanding that every last out counts here in the 7th inning.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about the sport of baseball or softball. You just cannot run out the clock like you do in football and basketball and even hockey.
Yeah.
You got to play until you get that very last out. One and two the count. Penn has out-hit the Huskies tonight by a count of 12-2. But St. Joe threatening here in the 7th. And this pitch looped foul, third baseman over, and Ava Zachary makes the catch in foul territory to retire Weinberg.
Number 12, Kennedy Schreiber.
You'll get another look on the Crimmins Carpet Services replay.
Yeah, she does a great job of getting over. You saw her take a quick glance at the fence, understanding where it was and knowing that she had plenty of room there to get underneath it.
Kennedy Schrock 0 for 2 and has been hit by a pitch tonight. She takes that pitch outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Schrock, a transfer from Fairfield. Good business student with a 3.6 GPA. Takes that one away, and it's 2-0.
Outside corner for Zachary, keeps getting a little bit farther out and farther out.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Bounce to the shortstop, the flip to second for one, the relay to first. That's a double play, and Penn will walk it off with a twin killing. Their third double play of the season goes 6-4-3. Earl Keith is trying to get a call that the base was missed over at second base, but it's to no avail, and this ball game is all over as Penn prevails over the St. Joe Huskies by a count of 8-2 to stay atop the Northern Indiana Conference. And we're back with our Heroes Nutrition and Mishawaka players of the game after this on 46.
Thanks for watching the WHME TV 46 High School Game of the Week, brought to you by
The Kingsmen are still the queens of the Northern Indiana Conference after beating St. Joe tonight in a top 10 showdown in Class 4A by a count of 8-2. As we welcome you into the Reliance broadcast booth. Reliance, design, build, renovate. No need to renovate anything in Beth Zachary's lineup. It's working just fine. The team that averages 9.5 runs per game put 8 on the board tonight against the number 8 team in Class 4A.
We knew coming in that they had a strong lineup, but from top to bottom, I don't think they have many weaknesses in this lineup.
They certainly don't in terms of power, and they certainly don't in terms of pitching either. Aubrey Zachary not only recorded her 500th career strikeout tonight, she fanned 13 to match her uniform number. So she's one of our Heroes Nutrition Player of the Game. But then you've got the Indiana State commit, Abby Widmar, a home run and 4 RBI. So how do you leave out the offense? How do you leave out the pitcher? You don't. Angelo DiCarlo has them both down on the field.
Here with our Heroes Nutrition Players of the Game. Aubrey, we'll start with you. 13 strikeouts, just 2 hits here tonight. What was working for you in the circle?
Honestly, just knowing that my teammates have my back and just confidence in them that they were going to get it done at the end of the day.
One of those teammates was Abby, 4 RBI. How clutch was she for you guys here tonight?
She's definitely clutch, and she's always clutch. I know that she's always going to be there to have my back when we need it the most, and especially her teammates, too. So she did great tonight.
You guys may see these guys again down the road. How big was this one here tonight, especially for the conference race?
I think it was really special, and we kind of just came out and did our best, and it sent a message, definitely. But it was just any other game, and we were just playing our best and to keep getting better every day.
Abby, you had a great game at the plate. What was clicking for you to get 4 RBI here tonight?
Just saying hit the ball, knowing my teammates have my back no matter what, and just having my back and cheering me on.
All right, since you guys are repeating answers, I'll repeat questions. Tell me about the performance of Aubrey in the circle, 13 strikeouts. How huge was she for you guys?
Absolutely dominated. She got big key outs for strikeouts. It was just amazing. We got big defense behind her and a big, strong defense behind her.
Did this feel like a playoff game with the atmosphere, all the fans that were here tonight?
Absolutely. I kind of said when I walked in, I go, this is kind of like our state atmosphere. I go, it was really fun to come into, and I was excited, and it was a good game. It was fun.
Abby, congratulations.
Thank you.
Aubrey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Abby and Aubrey are new Heroes Nutrition Players of the Game. Heroes Nutrition newly opened in Mishawaka on Lincoln Way East. Chuck and Bo, back to you.
So much like this Penn team, let's take things one at a time. Let's start with the NIC, the fact that it's not over yet because Derek Hicks and New Prairie come in here Monday night, and they've got a pretty good pitcher in Ava Geyer who's going to be a teammate of Widmar's at Indiana State. It's not a given that Penn wins that game.
Yeah, I mean, somebody like Geyer can come in and maybe keep him off balance as Penn lineup. I mean, we saw it through 4 innings that St. Joe was staying right there. A little fluke play, and the softball guys kind of took over at that point, and some things happened to really open this up. So you never know what can happen against that New Prairie team.
But you've got a Penn team with the experience of winning the state championship last year. And they're probably on a collision course with this St. Joe team again in the tournament. Again, not a given because there are good teams in the area. But if they were to match up again, you know Earl Keith is going to trot out Berkeley Zakay into the circle, the young lady who's going to Oklahoma. She's 41-2 in her career. Oh, by the way, the 2 losses are both to Penn.
Yeah, well, I think that's one of the things that he did tonight was he didn't show all of his weapons. He didn't show all of his guns out there and all of his cards. He still has her to back up for that sectional game.
So if you think the month of May is about speed in Indianapolis, it might be about speed around here too for softball. Should be a fun season. And speed next week as well on TV 46 as we bring you the track sectional from Warsaw. Josephina Rastorelli, the IU commit, could be dominant in the distance races. The sprints are wide open. Should be a fun night down at Fisher Field in Warsaw. And our thanks to our TV 46 crew who did another wonderful job just showing their diversity and being able to cover sports here tonight. Led by our production manager, Dean Korsmo, and the man who's been shading cameras at the Family Broadcasting Corporation for 45 years, Mike Doherty. Happy anniversary of employment. A reminder, next week it's girls track action from the sectional down at Warsaw. We'll have it for you Friday night at 11 and Saturday morning at 9. And don't forget to follow us on social media as we give you updates on all the sporting in action in Michiana on X, Facebook, and Instagram. Now from our broadcast partners, the Hall of Famer Bo Hunt and Angelo DiCarlo, it's Chuck Freeby. Once again, the final, Penn 8, St. Joe 2. So long from the Princess City.